Come on, Team Cowboys!
Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Angry Cowboys fan, are you down to ride? Drop a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And Cowboys Nation, I gotta go on a rant real quick. I want to warn you ahead of time. And yes, Angry Cowboys fan family, I gotta get on my soapbox and let y'all know how I feel when it comes to this certain topic. So y'all bear with me as we dive into this raw and uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
I'm keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. One thing that I can't stand is that the Dallas Cowboys haven't made it to an NFC championship game nor a Super Bowl in the last 30 years. I mean, I believe we all can relate to this hatred. Years of seeing fully capable Dallas Cowboys teams fall to the wayside. Great talent from the past and present not being able to get it done and win the ultimate prize, which is a Super Bowl championship. What pisses me off is how the 3 and 4 letter networks peddle this narrative that the Dallas Cowboys are a bad team for not making it to an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl. But the reason why this grinds my gears is because of the mindless fans who watch these shows, trying their best to retain the useless knowledge that the 3 and 4 letter networks spew. Then they'll come to a Dallas Cowboys YouTube channel to loosely repeat what they heard on said networks, sounding as if they know what they're talking about, when in all actuality, it's just another way to hate. It's just another way to say, I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys without saying, I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys. But I usually don't give a shit what a hater has to say, but it gets annoying when they come to a content creator's channel to spew their baseless nonsense that makes absolutely no sense, Cowboys Nation. Let's take a look at a comment that I got this morning on my short. 30 years, no deep playoff run. Jerry Jones still running the show. To still be a Cowboys fan takes a mentality like those blue, no matter who people. What? I mean, reading that comment, it kind of sizzled my head. It sizzled my brain a little bit, Cowboys Nation. But commenter, you gotta let me know what you're talking about. I mean, in a world where this isn't X or Twitter and we do have an edit button over here on YouTube, bro, go back and edit your comment because I have no idea what you're saying. But anyway, Cowboys Nation, comments like this make absolutely no sense to me. First and foremost, I'm the type of guy that likes to build with other fans, whether in Cowboys Nation or in another fan base. I like to have adult and intellectual conversations with football fans, but when you read something like this, you automatically know that you're not gonna get that from this commenter. So let's talk about the comment, and pardon me if I associate this commenter with being an Eagles fan. The comment kind of reads like an Eagles fan would write it. He starts his comment out with 30 years, no playoff run. The reason why I say I wouldn't get an adult conversation from this person is because they will quickly talk to you about the Dallas Cowboys 30-year drought, but they negate the drought that their own team had to get to a championship. They somehow magically forget that it took their team so many years to get to and win a Super Bowl. For the Philadelphia Eagles, it took watching the Dallas Cowboys 2 times in the 70s and 3 times in the 90s, getting to a Super Bowl and taking home that Lombardi trophy. It took them seeing the Washington Commanders win a few. The New York Giants won 4, and that's before the Eagles even won their first championship. I don't get where the holier-than-thou type of attitude comes from with a Philadelphia Eagles fan. For instance, I had a conversation the other day with an Eagles fan. You know, my mistake, I know. But this fan was trying to convince me, or he was trying to convince himself, that the Dallas Cowboys have sucked over the past 30 years because we haven't made it to or won an NFC championship game or a Super Bowl. Then I asked him if he thought that the Philadelphia Eagles sucked between the times of 1966 and 2018 because they never went to a Super Bowl. They never won an NFC championship game. They went to an NFC championship game 9 times since the establishment of the Super Bowl era. From the establishment of the Super Bowl era for the Dallas Cowboys, we've made it to an NFC championship game 14 times. You mentioned that, then they want to switch up things and they want to give a 30-year or a 20-year or a 15-year time frame. That time frame conveniently highlights their team's success. It's a lose-lose conversation at this point, Cowboys Nation, but the goalpost continuously gets moved from these fans. But this is what I mean about true fans understanding the game of football and how to determine talent from an individual player's standpoint. They'll listen to the 3- and 4-letter networks as they tell them that the game of football, win or lose, is a quarterback stat, as if it doesn't show up on the entire team's record. Philadelphia Eagles fans over there talking about, we got a top 5 quarterback, when said quarterback falls at number 20 in passing yards, the thing that a quarterback actually does in quarterbacking. I'm not talking about rushing. If he wants to be considered a great rusher, then become a running back. I'm talking about quarterbacking. They act as if Jalen Hurts went out there and he was elite the entire year, and it didn't take a great offensive line, a stifling defense, and a hellacious rushing attack to get them over the hump. It was all Jalen Hurts in every single inch of that 2,900 yards, right? In all actuality, I remember the receivers complaining about the passing game last year with the Philadelphia Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. But when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, our team sucks because of one person, right? The person that continuously leads the Dallas Cowboys past the Philadelphia Eagles. There is a reason why the Cowboys own that division rivalry between the Eagles with a 74-58 record. In the Dak Prescott-led era, the record is 10-8, and that's with Dak and Hurts missing games. Hurts missing less games than Dak Prescott. It's these type of conversations that make me feel as if my brain is really melting in real time, Cowboys Nation. The logic is thrown completely out the window, and you sit on the other end of that conversation shaking your head. Like, did I just waste an hour or two of my life with this conversation? You know, Cowboys Nation, I remember the year that the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship. There was a couple years after they won the NBA championship where they got bumped out in the playoffs. I remember a reporter asking Giannis Antetokounmpo if he considered the year a failure. I want y'all to take a listen to what Giannis Antetokounmpo had to say real quick. Roll that clip.
I'm curious for you. Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh, my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get a promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success, you know. And if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it, you know. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me. No, I'm asking you a question. Yes or no?
No, I mean, I don't think so. No.
Okay, exactly. So why you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year, somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. You know, and hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures? No, it was not. It was steps to it, you know, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one.
You know, Cowboys Nation, I completely get what Giannis Antetokounmpo was saying, because this is exactly how I feel when it comes to some trolls coming in here trying to put the Dallas Cowboys down for not making it to an NFC championship game or to a Super Bowl within the last 30 years. So, you're telling me that those 30 years were filled with failures. So the Dallas Cowboys team went 0-16 those years. They went 0-17 during that time frame, right? No, they didn't. That reporter sounded like a lot of Dallas Cowboys haters out there. Because you didn't make it to an NFC championship game or to a Super Bowl means your entire season or career was a wash. Coming from the same people who have only played football at a higher level than high school during college football 26 and Madden football. Giannis said it perfectly. The Super Bowl is the highest honor only one team can achieve each year. The other 31 teams in the NFL fall short, but that doesn't mean that all those teams suck. You can't go 12-5 3 consecutive seasons by sucking. Then you think about the teams who haven't even won a championship in the NFL, like the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Dorothy. Appreciate you. But according to this logic, the Buffalo Bills have sucked their entire NFL existence. The Philadelphia Eagles sucked until they got a championship in 2018. The Kansas City Chiefs have always sucked until 2020. To keep it a buck, it took the Kansas City Chiefs 50 years to win their Super Bowl championship in 2020. Does that mean that those Kansas City Chiefs teams with Joe Montana, Christian Okoye, Derek Thomas, and Neil Smith absolutely sucked? That also means that those Donovan McNabb-led Philadelphia Eagles teams sucked as well. To keep it a buck, this Super Bowl drought conversation has only been a conversation around the Dallas Cowboys and no other team. Shit, the Cleveland Browns don't get this type of heat, and they've never even won a championship. The same with the Buffalo Bills, the Houston Texans, and so on. It just gets better to hold the Dallas Cowboys to that standard and nobody else, I guess. But also, I thought it was any given Sunday, Cowboys Nation. It is possible for a team to have your number and eliminate you from the playoffs. It takes a great regular season record to get your team to the playoffs unless you reside in the NFC South, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look to change that. You have to be good to make it to the dance. So how can a team be good but suck for the past 30 years? Somebody let me know this, Cowboys Nation. How can a team have 9 All-Pros and not be good? Also, if the Dallas Cowboys truly suck the way that y'all make it sound, why does every Dallas Cowboys hater come up with this argument of Dak Prescott having the greatest talent during his tenure as the Dallas Cowboys QB1? Are you starting to see the pattern here, Cowboys Nation? But truthfully, I would have more respect for a person if they just came out and said, I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, instead of masquerading around as if you're a knowledgeable football enthusiast giving your real takes. If you start off your conversation with negativity, then I know that your take is coming from a negative standpoint and not a knowledgeable one. It's coming from hatred, whether it's the rivalry or just your natural born hatred for others' prosperity. A true person's character is shown in many ways, Cowboys Nation. I don't rock with people like that in my day-to-day life, and I damn sure ain't gonna rock with people like that on YouTube. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, there's times in life where you get triggered by stupidity. This is one of those times for me. I just can't stand wasting my time talking to someone who can't see past their rivalry. I don't associate myself with people who can't help but to hate on another person for a dumbass reason. But what about you? How do you feel about what I had to rant about in this video today? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. But if you're digging this content and want to help the channel chip away at 20K, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and you completely get where I'm coming from in this raw and uncut rant, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 26 gameplay. Don't expect this channel to be an echo chamber, Cowboys Nation. I don't want this channel to be filled with Cowboys fans who agree with my words and my words only. That's a cult in real time. I expect legitimate pushback on my takes and opposing views when it comes to this team. Iron sharpens iron, and that's the only way that we get better. When you come on here just to say the Cowboys suck, just to hear yourself talk or to see your comment get disliked, that's when the block button's gonna become a factor. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.